Hello, and welcome back to another video. I'm ZpprSprk, and you're watching my barely modded IC2 Let's Play series. Last time, we worked on getting some nuclear material processed, and we made ourselves the hazmat suit, and a bunch of uranium. We processed some thorium after the episode as well. I think that no, we have some thorium here that still needs to be washed. Let's get that washing. Alright. The lead, I was just dealing with that. So, looking at the reactor, I'm going to need 4 of the dense lead plates, and then 3 reactor chambers, and then you also need 6 around the outside of this block in a multi-block form. So we'll need 9 of these, and each one needs 4 lead plates as well. So each dense lead plate is a full block of lead, and then we need 4 more blocks of lead for the 9 reactor chambers that we're going to need. So I've got it all ready. This one I've got in block form. So I made this block cutting machine with a diamond cutting blade. So it goes, fairly quickly. I could throw the overclockers in if I wanted to, but I'm still running tight on the power. You see it's going down right now because I've got machines running. And so that will cut you 9 at once. So it's a little bit faster than running them all through the metal former. So that's helpful there. We will need the iron plates, and so let's make a block of iron. Run it through. And so we actually need 8. Yeah. There's 4. Where's all my iron? It's all here waiting to be cooked. No. I don't have a ton of iron. It's all being processed. Yep, let's do iron next. There we go. So the thorium we can put in here. It's going to take a while in there, and so I leave it in there for now. But the thorium you can use to make this thorium nuclear fuel. So you take the thorium 232, which is this black lapis looking stuff, and then either some uranium 233 or 235, and then you put it in there. And then with that, we put it in the fuel rods, and then we can make them into the double or quad if we want to. And then we get the depleted versions. That's isotope, thorium. Here we go. So if we get come on. Oh, the fuel rod of depleted thorium. Where's the depleted? I think I meant, yeah, this one. So you run it through the centrifuge and you get some back. You pretty much get all the uranium you put into it, I think. So there's 6 out of 1, and a fuel rod is 3. Yeah, so you do get extra uranium out of it, but the thorium you run out of. And so, you know, over time, you're going to need to go mining for more. But these uraniums, you're going to be able to, you know, kind of pile up. I saw a creeper over there. And he's walking this way. I can see him on the mini-map. Don't come too close. Where are you, creeper? Oh, you're right there. I see that one there. There's a zombie back in there. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm gonna need some more iron. I can run these ones through. How's that coming along? We got 7. Erg. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. Oh, I've got one here. Well, so let me get more iron processed. But in the meantime, let's look at these other things. So that's just a reactor and an advanced circuit. Okay. So yeah, it's looking like we just need more iron. So we need 8 blocks of iron for my 9 reactors. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 more blocks worth. 3 more blocks worth. And yeah, I should have it. So I'll wait for this to process through and I'll be back. Alright, I decided I would just grab a stack and run it through, because the only thing the washing does is gives you these tiny piles as well as the purified version. So I kind of just, you know, did away with the extra bit there. I needed a circuit for this, and then here I'm going to need a tin and more tin. So I've got some tin already. I'm going to need more. So let's roll this out twice. Tin cable. Boom. All right. Let's make one of these, and then we'll need furnace. A generator. Grab these. We've got 8. Yeah, because I used 1 for the generator. And so that's what this extra one was in here for. All right. The 9. Mix those. And now I should have that. So we've got the nuclear reactor and then 6 of these. And so let's place this down. Now I think you have to have, it might, yeah, you can't put this on anything. It has to be against a nuclear reactor. And well, you need something underneath to place the nuclear reactor against. So you're going to have to grab kind of just a spacer block. I want to kind of put this in a somewhat safe place, because if it explodes, it'll go explode big. I don't know if I want it this far away though. But anyways, so we've got this all around. You still can't, oh, you can put it down there. Okay. Alright, so we've got this whole thing here. Now, we can maximize this, and there's different people online that have figured out how you can get an extra, fuel cells in here to get the most output you can possibly get. But in general, you're going to need, and it's a bit complicated, so yeah, you're going to need some of these heat exchangers, some heat vents, some component heat vents, and different things around. I personally do not remember off the top of my head the whole layout you need. So I am going to look it up, but it's something like, if you have the fuel cell in the middle, then you'll need some like heat vents or exchangers or something around the sides, and then everything. And there's a whole a whole pattern you can build in here. So if you look, there's essentially 6 9x9 sections, and so you can kind of fit them in, but there is a special way you can order them so you can fit 7 of the fuel cells in there as well. And if you're going to use the quad version, I think with the quad fuel cells running at full power, you can get like 420 EU per tick, which is actually really good. I think these gold cables, yeah, so they'll do 512, and so the gold cables will still carry it, but like just barely. And so yeah. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna look up online exactly the standard pattern. I don't need to go for the complicated one. And honestly, if I wanted to, I could probably tear these all down. And I totally just not use the wrench. Well, there's a bunch of lead I don't have anymore. So I'm going to need 4 times 6, 36 more lead. I guess that's not too bad. But yeah, so you pull those all out, and then you get these X's over here, and so you can only do these 2 over here, which is fine. And that lead was a pain in the butt to go get too. Oh, I feel bad for myself. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna work on that. In the meantime, I'll probably get it hooked up with the smaller version. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and I did some research. So the different heat vents all do different things. So the regular heat vent will dissipate heat from nearby things. So the fuel rods, they will create heat. So the regular ones will create 5 heat units every tick. And if there's 2 next to each other, so like if actually here, let's come over here. So if I have one rod here, it's going to create 5 heat units per tick, and I think it does 5 EU as well. And so then if you have 2 of them next to each other, so if I put one here and one here, then they kind of interact with each other, and the 2 of them together actually make 20. And so the one by itself makes 5, and then it causes the other one to make an extra 5. And then the second one makes its 5 by itself and causes the first one to make an extra 5, so you get 20. And then if you have 4 kind of all next to each other, it kind of does that all around with each other again. And so if you put 4 of them together with some copper and iron plates, then they kind of do that all by themselves within the one. And so building a quad fuel rod is the same as putting 4 all in the same spot. And so the interactions, and so the you end up with more power and more heat as well. And according to the wiki, a quad fuel rod of uranium will produce 96 heat units per tick and 60 RF per tick. And so you have all that heat you need to get rid of, because if the heat, the temperature goes critical, it's going to have an explosion. Let me sleep the night away. And explosions are not what you want, because it makes a big boom. And even as far away as I put this, it's not going to be safe. It's probably, my entire area is going to explode. So I also found online some different planners. I don't know if I'm going to link the one that I'm actually using, because the one I'm using is an app on my phone, just so I can have it there while I'm doing the game and don't have to keep looking back and forth on different screens and stuff. So it essentially gives me a free screen. I don't know. Anyways, so what I have is I have some of these overclocked heat vents around. So in my plan, we'll use some of these. So these, oh, they don't even go in there. So the quad fuel rods, I put one here and one here. Maybe a double chest can help me visualize this a bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oh, well, I could just put it here. Okay, so yeah, these are all filled up with the X's because of reasons. All right, so I put the quad fuel rods there, and then on surrounding each one, I have the overclocked heat vents, and I use gold because it uses gold, and these reactor heat vents. The reactor heat vents are the regular ones with the copper plates, and the regular ones is electric motor, iron plates, and iron bars. All right. And then we have these component heat vents, which will take heat from neighboring components as well as dissipate heat. And so these overclocked ones will dissipate 20 heat per tick, but they'll accept 36. So they'll take 36 in. So if I surround them, that gives me enough, because I need 24 on each side. If you divide 96 by 4 and you get 24. So I need at least 24 on each side. So the 36 is going to cover that, but they only do 20. And so I have these extra heat inside these that I need to dissipate as well. And so what these will do is they will help to dissipate that. And so we'll use the iron for those. So I put 3 here and 3 here, and that will take the heat out of those and kind of put it into the whole reactor. And then we'll use the copper ones for these. The reactor heat vents for in these empty slots. And according to my planning thing, that is stable. It's going to give me 120 EU per tick and last for 5 hours and 33 minutes and 19 seconds and should be stable and not explode. So then I can take this kind of plan and then multiply it out this way to get the 360. But then, like I said, there are ways you can put 7 of them in when you've got the full area available to and then so you'll get 420 per tick. So yeah, so let's start working on these heat vents. We're gonna need a bunch of tin. I got some tin here. So we'll just do 8 blocks through. And so then that tin is going to end up going into these casings. So we need a bunch of copper extruded. Oh, I need to. Sure, we'll do that much. It'll probably be more than we need. Yeah. So iron, more iron, and copper. So yeah, iron, copper, a bit of tin, a lot of iron, and then these reactors need more copper. We need some gold, and then more tin and iron, and then that should give us all the things we need. And then these fuel rods, if we take and we extrude some iron plates, that gives us the empty rods, and then we take those and put them in the canning machine with the fuel that we craft from the lumps and piles and stuff that we've got in here. So I'm thinking we might be close to have, actually I only have 12 of these. Actually that was kind of silly. So the usage on those, okay, that's that. So yeah, I can only make a quad, one single quad by itself. That is odd. Enrich uranium. 20 will, okay. Yeah, so I'll probably end up only doing 1/2 of this because that's all the tiny piles I have. Now, if I look at the recipes, the centrifuge, if I get the depleted centrifuge is depleted, I gives the plutonium. And that's right, and then the plutonium I can make the MOX. Okay, that's right. And then the MOX, yeah, you want to try and upgrade to the MOX because then the MOX will give you more plutonium. And you can use that plutonium to make more MOX. Yeah, so I actually will need a lot more uranium than these 12 little tiny piles I've got there. I could probably run the thorium through. I don't think the thorium is as performant as the uranium or the MOX. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully by the end of the episode we'll get at least one quad running in there. Or I could do 2 doubles and it'll be even safer for, because yeah. Anyways, yeah, let me get the components ready to craft up and I will be back. Alright, so I believe I've got these all ready to go. So first off, I'm making 8 of the regular heat vents. So that is those. And then we'll turn 3 of them into the component heat vents. Alright, and the other 5 we turn into reactor heat vents. And then 4 of those we turn into the overclocked ones. All right. So then that, we should be able to do that. That one there. These ones around. Okay, and then my my quad fuel rod, not going to be the MOX version, it's the nuclear one, gets to go there. But first, alright, first we need to craft these up. So we put the little piles in the middle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, these can go back in there. These, what mode am I doing? Enrich canning mode. Alright, and I've got these ready to go here. Alright, so they are canning my nuclear fuel into the fuel rods. Let's give that a little speed boost. Alright. Okay, now we need some iron and copper, and we will glue them all together. Iron, copper. Alright. Now this should, since it's only the one, should end up giving us 60 EU. We do need a lever for it. So 60 EU per tick. The core temperature is staying down. So you can see it does slowly go down, and then once it's all done, it's going to turn into the depleted version. And then as we saw, this way, centrifuge, we will get the where is it? Oh, the depleted uranium, whichever that one is. There's so many different ones. Blazonium? Oh. This one. No, not bread. I think it's... There we go. The quad fuel rod depleted uranium. So I'm going to get 4 tiny piles of your plutonium, a bunch of my uranium-238 back, and some iron. So then with these, like we saw, we can put 3 of them back to make a MOX. And so we do need to go mining for more uranium, but in the meantime, we should be getting a nice lot of power here that we can charge up all of our things and then go from there. So I don't know if you noticed, I did make another mining laser because it is a blast to go mining with. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to make, I want to say, we'll make 2 of these guys. Go fast. Alright, hang on. Step down. Oops. Well, finally finished it anyways. Sounded awkward for a while, but I want to make some of these, compress them. And charge them up. So this will hold 1 million. This holds 4 million. So, yeah, with these energy crystals, it's essentially the same as these batteries, except the third tier or third layer. So, with one of these charged up, I should be able to charge up my laser, all these, and then my armor just fine. That's all ready to go. So yeah, you can see it charged up those all lickety split and then didn't use hardly any of that at all. So I'm going to carry these around mining so I can go longer between coming back and having to repower myself. And with the nuclear reactor going, we can see it's still holding very cool. Yeah, these ones are using, looks like the 24 heat. These ones are not losing any at all. And so, yeah, they seem perfectly fine. Yeah, everything's fine. So 60. Then if I had more uranium, I could build another set down here that did that same thing, and then I would be doubling my output. So that is how I'm going to do that. And but that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like and comment. Let me know what you're thinking of the series and this episode. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.